I like your ravenness today,
Thank
Rebecca.
you. Did you see my shirt?
I didn't. Oh wow, Uncle George, that's awesome. Oh my God, that's beautiful.
I love George so much.
Yeah, I'm an amazing person. You know what I mean?
Great.
Absolutely.
It was
Absolutely.
definitely our uncle.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know where I'd be without him. First big job was Cyborg, and
Yeah.
it's
Father
pretty
Cy.
amazing. Yeah, he's the father of Cy.
He really is.
Of the two fathers, Marv and George.
George.
Here, let me put away because Serial asked me to do things, or think I'm asking her to do things.
Right.
I've just been out on the floor looking for Danganronpa cosplay because my son is a huge Danganronpa fan, and so I haven't learned nearly as much as I'd to understand and know because he talks too fast. He says all the names too quickly. I've barely gotten to Junko, and he's moved on to another one that is his favorite now, and I can't even remember her name. But I found a couple out here to take a picture with. So I'm enjoying the Momo.
That's good.
I'm enjoying the Momo. Were you excited about it? You were excited about me talking about Danganronpa.
Yeah, I was in my Junko no Shima cosplay yesterday doing interviews.
Oh man, look at that. I missed you. Yeah, I know. But I was a little busier yesterday, but today, since it's slow, I was like, I'm gonna go looking. And there's some Junkos out there.
Oh yeah.
She's throwing out that Harley vibe. But they got the same black and red colors. And they're killers. He's not crazy about it, but you can't. The game don't work if nobody gets killed. Does anybody understand what I'm talking about right now? Okay, good, good. I feel like I'm going down the rabbit hole a little bit, but y'all my peoples, so y'all understand. Okay, so enough of that. Do you have questions for me?
Go ahead.
My favorite.
Yeah.
Hey, my name is Alan Z.
How you doing?
Good. So I did some research on you. I know you used to rap when you were a teen. So I was wondering, who is your top 5, dead or alive?
Top 5, dead or alive. Oh man, let's see. KRS-One from way back. Still Chuck D from Public Enemy. Or I loved Heavy D. He was just fun. You know what I mean? Let's see. Missy is great. She's like, you turn on Missy, man. It don't matter how old you are. It's still the party about to get started. Love Kendrick right now. I don't see how you can't do anything but love Kendrick. Love J. Cole. I bounce around. I'm not as much into all of the hip hop as I was earlier in my years, but I try to keep up. Yeah. If it's good. Yeah. But Kendrick's on another level these days. I get goosebumps listening to him. And then I just work to him because he keeps me going. You know, keeps me humble. Right? Absolutely.
Julie?
Normally I do Rebecca's job, so it's weird for me to get to ask the question.
You're asking the questions. You do your thing.
So first of all, I just want to give you a thumbs up and an awesome job being a dad. I also have a Carter, but my Carter's with a Z.
Yeah.
Your Carter's a little older. I think your Carter's like 10 or 11, right?
13.
Okay. So my
Yeah.
Carter is 8.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
He was here yesterday.
Shout out for the Carters.
So, but my question actually.
Lil Wayne reference. We're weird.
My Carter's a big fan of 90s, early 2000s hip hop.
Oh, okay, there you go. There you go.
When he was in pre-K, we did Tupac Valentine's.
I love it.
So my question is about being King Ezekiel.
Yeah.
What was one of your favorite parts of doing The Walking Dead, and any really interesting story you would like to tell about that?
Oh man, there's so many stories, but I just love how he's connected with fans and people. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of people that have tattooed, and yet I smile somewhere on their bodies and use it as a mantra to just get through life, whether it be before the pandemic or during. The fans are obviously it's very popular, and there are millions of fans and people that watch, but there's also that smaller percentage that really needed to see people struggling through the fight and through the fire, and knowing that people are trying to fight through it, a bad situation, and still find light in a dark place. And I think Ezekiel really connects with people that way. And I found a lot of really good feeling and purpose. But it's like you get into this business, obviously to get on stage and perform and everything, but it's the connection that really keeps you going. And I've been able to feel that connection so much with people through King Ezekiel, but all of my stuff. But because of the popularity of The Walking Dead, I'm able to go all over the world and meet also my anime fans as well, and the Titans fans, and Young Justice fans, and that's been the thing that really sticks with me. Yeah.
Anybody else? Sierra?
Like with the rapping, in Teen Titan,
Yeah.
did you ever, like the rapping that you did on there, was
Yeah.
it something that you wrote or collaborated?
Sometimes we collaborate and we go back and forth. Pete Michael is our executive producer, showrunner, who took over for Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelinek, but he is really the epicenter of everything we do musically. He soaks up everything. I think he just listens to songs constantly. And we have the Warner Brothers catalog of songs that's where we found, what is it, got me Catching Villains, and The Night Begins to Shine, all of that. We found that in the Warner Brothers catalog, and he just listens to it and just soaks it all in, and he's written so many of the songs that we do. But yeah, every once in a while they'll be like, we need a song here, guys, write something. Greg Cipes and I, who I'm sure you're gonna interview at some point, we've collaborated on songs as well. So it's like, it's so much fun just to open yourself to the possibilities. Yeah, I hadn't written this many rap songs since high school.
Anybody else? Right, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say, given the shift over the past 5 years and the influx of our people being seen more, getting roles outside of the stereotypical black coded characters,
Yeah.
how hopeful are you for, future black voice actors?
Oh, I'm very hopeful. Listen, if I could get a job, then anybody who's determined and talented, listen, I know incredibly talented people who just couldn't stay in it long enough because it takes a certain amount of fortitude. There are so many people who want to do what I do that I'm lucky enough to do, and it takes more than talent. It takes a certain amount of stick-to-itiveness. It takes a certain amount of just letting the rejection roll off you, letting the rejection drive you, and a certain amount of luck. And I've certainly been lucky, but I feel like even in the time that I've become a name in this business a bit, I've also started off being the only black guy, and then slowly over time, it's like now I'm having conversations with another black person instead of feeling like I'm supposed to represent every black person in this particular show. And of course you can't. We're a diverse group of people, and just every group that you want to put in, it's about us finding kinship, but also understanding our individuality. And so to be in scenes with Kevin Michael Richardson and Phil Lamar and be like, all right, this is the guy who's representing the black people on the show, and you realize, no, these are just two human beings who are very different. Sometimes I'm having a conversation like between Black Lightning and Calder, one's a single father of two, and he's an older superhero who's trying to figure out how best to be the best kind of superhero he can be to his kids and to the people around him. And then you have Calder, who is pansexual from Atlantis, half Atlantean, you can't put these people in a box. And to have those two having that conversation, the almost the last thing you're thinking of, it's two black guys having a conversation. They're too complicated to distill them down to just that. So I love that, and I love that I think that diversity is just going to continue. I think Greg Weisman and Brandon Vietti, especially on Young Justice, have worked really hard to round out where we started, which was big hulking white guys beating up the black bad guys. And having characters who are black, who don't necessarily have to have black in their name. Like, we can already see it. You don't have to tell us. You have to put it in the 70s, it was Black Panther, Black Manta, Black Lightning. And now you have Calder, who's been Aqualad and Aquaman. You can't even call him by those names. You just have to call him Calder. Because he's been too many different names. You gotta just call him his name.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
One last question.
One last, okay.
We can take another if you need to. I know I'm long-winded, so. And Greg is gonna slowly walk this way. But get your questions in.
Cali boy.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, Florida boy turned Cali boy. Yeah.
Cali boy.
First, my videographer is from Augusta, Georgia.
All right.
Shout out to Augusta, Georgia.
Absolutely. I've met so many people from Augusta. I left when I was like 5 or 6. and I grew up in Athens. But every once in a while, I'll make the trek out to Augusta. Absolutely.
We're a pop culture fandom site. Can you tell us about any of your favorite fandoms? Favorite movie, TV show, cartoon, celebrity encounter? Whether it's classic, retro. I'm a latchkey kid from the 80s.
Oh man, I have so many fandoms. Obviously I get into what my kids are into. So I'm having fun running around finding Danganronpa, cosplay. I was a Marvel kid growing up in the 80s, and my favorite character is Spider-Man, because he was skinny and nerdy like me, and then he came alive under different circumstances, and I felt like that was like me. You put me on stage, I come alive, I was quiet. You wouldn't believe this, but I'm quiet. I was quiet growing up. But you give me a microphone or give me something to say and put me in front of people, and I blossomed. And so I always felt that with Peter Parker, and then Miles Morales, I felt like he was like made just for me. And so that was a thing. I had X Factor and X-Men growing up, Avengers, West Coast Avengers. I loved Hawkeye because I loved the Robin Hood from Disney, the Fox. So Green Arrow and Hawkeye, just because they had a bow and arrow, I was like, I'm down with you. So I remember getting West Coast Avengers because he was the leader of West Coast Avengers. And then from that, I became a big Moon Knight fan because he joined West Coast Avengers. And so yeah, that's the stuff I loved. I loved Doctor Strange actually growing up. It was so weird. I remember just thinking, man, it was so interdimensional. It's so funny to see all of these Marvel movies and things come up now that I remember thinking, I just remember thinking that Doctor Strange had a cool outfit and he was always falling into some mirror that was like taking him someplace weird. And to see it actually happen in Multiverse of Madness is crazy. And like I said, my 13-year-old, man, I hope all of you one day get to have a kid and grow up to the point where they start to love the things that you love when you were a kid. Because there's nothing better than getting in the car and me and him going to see Spider-Man or Doctor Strange, and he's as excited as I am. You know, it's crazy to make yourself a little buddy. I made myself a little buddy. I've actually made 3. So and they all have their fandoms, and it's an exciting thing to be a part of. I highly recommend it. No rush. Take your time, guys. I'm saying get done what you need to get done. I'm just saying that it's an awesome time. It's an awesome time.
All right.
Yep. Alan, one more?
Yeah, just one.
No,
Just a quick
last
one, just because I was wondering, like, what would you say is like one of your favorite, most memorable moments on stage, like throughout your career?
Oh man, I did a play called The Exiles years ago, where I played a Cuban that was schizophrenic, and he was the embodiment of what this Cuban playwright was talking about. It was like vida, I think he called it. It's like the other life, your other life, because on the outside, when you're in Cuba, you have to be like, bro, Cuba, I love Cuba, but at the same time, you gotta get out of here, man. This place is crazy. You gotta get out of here. Love you, I love you. So it's like they have this dichotomy of I love where I'm from, but I wish it was better for everybody. And it was, not many people saw it, but it's a brilliant play. And I had many incredible connections from that show, and really enjoyed it. And every once in a while you have one of those moments where somebody's not listening to you, and it was one of those perfect moments where I had to say something to the effect of "listen to me," and there was somebody who wasn't paying attention, and he was right in the front row when I was supposed to say "listen to me," and I didn't say it to anybody but him. And and the rest of the show he was just. And I love that live theater energy you get every once in a while, and yeah, that's one of those moments that you don't forget. But yeah, there's nothing like live theater, nothing like stand-up. I love it. It's honestly time-consuming, but you know what? I didn't have the stomach to sit in the back of a comedy club waiting to go on, and so I had to find my way some other way. But hats off, man, to the dudes and the ladies and gentlemen who stand back there waiting their turn to get up and end up blowing up because of it. Because man, everybody isn't built for it. I wasn't built for it, but I do love the experience. There's nothing like stand-up. Absolutely.
yeah, guys, this is Wingman G.
You said you're from Florida, right? Or
Florida, but I grew up camping in the Georgia mountains since I was a little boy.
Nice.
Mhm. Yeah.
We talked about that at Comic-Con.
Yeah. Mama Reagan in the house.
All right, we're gonna get started with the interviews. Who's got the first question? This is Greg Cipes and Wingman G.
Thanks, y'all.
Okay.
Right. Question? Okay, go ahead, Adam.
I won't ask you the voice acting questions because I'm sure that they're gonna ask you. So I'm gonna ask you some about your music. I know you've released albums, so I wanted to know. Could you tell us a little bit more about your music?
I've been playing and writing music for a long time, many different genres, and now they're all in Teen Titans Go, all the different styles of music that I write and produce, whether it's reggae or country music or rock and roll or hip hop or anything. It's now in Teen Titans Go. A lot of the original music in the show I helped to produce and write. It's awesome. But now we have so many songs, but I helped kick that off. I made the show. One of the reasons the show became so musical, which I'm really grateful for. And I'm constantly writing, and I'm putting together a new play, a new musical in Washington Square Park, New York City. And a lot of my pre-existing songs will be in the play with some new ones, but it's like a short form musical that's going to be put on in Washington Square Park by the end of the summer.
All right, next. Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to ask, did you have more fun in the booth doing Boy back in 2013 versus the new Teen Titans Go that you have now? Just because I know the character is pretty much the same, but he seems to be a little more fun in Go and Boy.
Beast Boy is always the lighthearted, fun element to the show ever since the beginning. But now it's like Teen Titans Go is the Beast Boy show. Like everybody had to raise their energy and their level of humor to Beast Boy's level. So I feel like Teen Titans Go is Beast Boy's show, really. And it's a lot of fun. I'm all about comedy. I love things that make you laugh. And also comedy that has a great message to it. We teach a lot in our music and in our, whether it's the songs, the silly little songs that have messages in them. Each crazy episode has a beautiful message to it at the end, for sure. Like we teach about the gold standard, and I got to punch President Nixon in the face, which I love. And pyramid schemes and low-income housing and so many cool things we teach on Teen Titans Go.
Anyone else? Questions?
What's your favorite joke from Teen Titans?
My favorite joke from Teen Titans? I don't have a favorite joke, but I definitely have a bunch of favorite moments or episodes. One of my favorite episodes was, it's called Brain Percentages, where Beast Boy gets so smart, too smart, and he basically becomes smarter than the most smartest computer. It's really a fun one. It was really fun to play. God. Yeah.
Out of the characters that you ever played and voiced, which one is your most favorite?
That's a hard question. I love all the characters that I've been able to bring to life, like Iron Fist, being the first actor to bring Iron Fist to life, and seeing him kind of flower from me, helping to create that character in a lot of ways. Yes, he was in the comic books, but he was never who he is now today, based on me helping to co-create him. Similar, Beast Boy, I'm the first actor to bring Beast Boy to life 20 years ago. Beast Boy is forever me, and I continue to be able to bring him to life in many ways, many forms, many dimensions. And Michelangelo, playing Mikey from the Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I got to do my own version of Mikey. Even though I grew up on the Turtles, I made him completely fresh and new. But I am Mikey as well, so it is a no-brainer.
So being a creator of different trades, like when you're on the creative side, as far as stories do you like to tell?
I really like stories that wake people up. I like shaking the tree. I like teaching and putting messages and solutions in content and writing. So I like disrupting the system and using all the different mediums to do that. You might think it's a cute little cartoon, but I'm starting a revolution. Evolution, not revolution, really. I think there's a lot of great things that we can build upon. There's a lot of bullshit we can let go when it comes to the world's governmental systems. So So a lot of what I make now has a lot to do with waking people up to the fact that we can create the reality we want to live in instead of this system that's destroying Earth and humanity.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite WTF moment while you were doing any types of reading for your characters?
It's always crazy that when I get to read these episodes of Teen Titans Go, they're just like out of this world, weird and crazy. What? WTF? Beast Boy is naked in this episode? Or whatever, maybe it's always wild.
Have you seen the live action Titans?
I have not seen the live action Titans, but I'm friends with the boy who plays Beast Boy, nice. Ryan Potter. He's cool. Nice. I trained him.
Oh, cool.
Have you seen of it? Have you seen of his stuff in there so far?
No.
I guess how you feel about it.
No.
Anybody else?
From the original Teen Titans to Teen Titans Go, when after the original ended and you found out that there was going to have like another version of it, what was your feeling of? Was you excited?
Well, it's such a special gift from the universe to continue to make any version of these cartoons or these characters that I get to play. It's like awesome, just freaking awesome. Every time I get a call for even to record new episodes of Teen Titans Go, I'm always like, thank you, Lord.
So I would like to know if you are doing what you wanted to do when you grew up. If you're not, what are you going to be doing next?
I am definitely doing what I've always wanted to do. My dreams have definitely become real. I've received them in a way I never could have imagined, better than I could have imagined, and that comes down to everything. And it's sometimes hard to see the fact that what you're wanting is coming to you, because it sometimes takes a long freaking time, but it does come to you. And then as far as anything else I want to do, I'm just in the process of allowing it to come to me. So I'm just, I always know what I want. I want a lot of things. It's about knowing what you want. Thank you all.
And one other question. When you wrote the song Catching Villains for Teen Titans Go, what helped inspire you to create that song? Because it became a total bop to so many people. They used it in their TikToks and everything else.
All the songs in Teen Titans Go I think are really special. Like I wrote the song Waffles with Khary Payton. The song Fade Away, which is one of my original Cipes and the People songs that I brought on. BB Ray, which I think is a huge hit song as well, that I did with DJ Him. And Catching Villains, all these songs are just, actually one of my favorites is Pyramid Scheme Money. Making that money, that pyramid scheme money, this is like a banger. They're all fresh, and it's so cool to see how they live past the actual episodes that they're on.
Yeah.
So cool.
So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will.
If this the land of the free, it was a freedom then. When they annexed Hawaii and called it Cedar Lands, without any type of payment and no signing off. Called themselves the Republic in 1894. 1.2 million acres overtaken from the native Hawaiians. When they resisted, the West retaliated in violence and erasure. The Hawaiian language is banned as part of colonialism's plan to expand, yeah.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Kaho'olawe as a part of their ongoing war with Asia. Used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. No regard for all the locals. School will never let you know. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves, can keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will, we will.
So if we put Hawaii in a perspective, well, Black and Asian history is interconnected. Considering the fight with the Pacific, then of course versus Asia, they was treated as a middleman for war, but didn't let the Western colorism run its course. Cause dark skin was a sign of dignity to core. The land was taken in the name of capitalism, when prior to it was an actual kingdom. Clap back at the system.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Kaho'olawe. As a part of their ongoing war with Asia, used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. The work out for all the locals. School will never let you know. So many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves, can keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves, can keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. So many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves, can keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell. Even if we have to ourselves, can keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will.